and I hope that you are all safe. Please make sure that you have watched all the videos I have uploaded so far. So today we are going to discuss about the next topic, that is magnetic field at a point along the equatorial line of a magnetic dipole. Okay, in the last class we have discussed about magnetic field at the point in the axial line, right? Here in equatorial line, what will be the magnetic field that we are going to calculate, as we have calculated the electric field in electrostatistics. Okay. So for that, consider a bar magnet having south pole and north pole, and they are separated by a distance 2L. Okay. From the center, they are at a distance L from each other. Okay. Then we are going to calculate the magnetic field at this point C. Okay. Which is at a distance or from the center. Okay. In the center length, இது எவ்வளவு distance ல இருக்குது அப்படினா R என்ற distance ல இருக்குது. Okay. Which is at a distance or from the center. Okay, at this point I am going to calculate the magnetic field. So for that, what I will do? Yes, we will keep a magnet which is having a north pole, that is unit north pole. Okay, we have to place a unit north pole here. So what happens when we place a unit north pole here? So two forces will be acting, right? One will be this is also a north pole and this is also a north pole. So what happens? There will be a repulsive force. Okay, here there is south pole, here there is north pole. So what happens? There will be attractive force that I am going to draw. You please listen. So at this point I am going to calculate the magnetic field. Okay, so what happens? Here there will be a force of repulsion. Okay, here there will be a force of repulsion, but here there will be a force of attraction. Okay, here there will be a force of attraction. Now we are going to calculate the force of repulsion and force of attraction, and then finally calculate the net force at this point. That's all. Okay, force of repulsion, attraction and net force at this point. Okay. So in axial line we can simply take this as Fs and this as Fr. Okay, but here it is like this. Okay, when we split it into two components, it will be having when we split it, when we find the resultant, we'll be having two components, right? What are they? Here this is your repulsive force. Okay, this is your repulsive force and this is your attractive force. When I split it into two components, this will become Fn sin theta and Fn cos theta. So whenever we take this direction, it is plus j. Okay, whenever take this direction, it is minus. Okay, this is I. So minus I. So when I split this component, when I split this Fn, I can take it as Fn sin theta and Fn cos theta. Two terms will be there. Okay. Similarly, when I take this Fs, okay, repulsive attractive force, what happens? It will also be split into two components, that is Fs cos theta and Fs sin theta. Since it is downward, minus j. Since it is this side, it is minus I. Clear? Now similarly, when we have done in the axial line, we are going to calculate it here. First, we are going to find out according to Coulomb's law of magnetism. Okay, we are going to find out the force of repulsion. Okay, we are going to find out the force of repulsion between the north pole of bar magnet. Okay, and unit north pole. Okay, at C. Unit north pole at C. Okay, இந்த ரெண்டு, அதாவது இந்த north pole க்கும் இதுக்கும் இடையில இருக்கிற force of repulsion first we are going to calculate it. Okay, for that we are having two components. Fn can be split into two components, that is one is Fn cos theta. Since it is in this direction, this is minus I. Okay, the next one Fn plus Fn sin theta. Okay, I have split this into two components, that is Fn cos theta, this is j cap. Okay, that is I can write it as Fn sin theta j cap minus Fn cos theta I cap. Okay, so this is my Fn. Okay, there are two components, so I have written like this. So next we are going to calculate the force of attraction between the north pole of the bar magnet and the unit north pole at the point C. Okay, so what we according to this, we are split into two components, right? So we can write it from here. This Fs is split into two components. One is Fs minus Fs cos theta. Okay, minus Fs cos theta I cap. Another one component is Fs minus Fs sin theta j cap. Okay, so we know what is Fn and what is Fs. But from Coulomb's law of magnetism, we know that for repulsive force or force of attraction or repulsion between two poles is given as mu naught by 4 pi into qma qmb by r square, right? Here there is one is unit north pole, இது வந்து unit north pole, அதனால நான் அதை என்ன எடுத்துக்கிறேன் 1 ன்னு எடுத்துக்கிறேன். Okay, so I can write it as qm by the distance between this point and this point. Okay, that is r dash. So I have taken it as r dash square. Similarly, for here also the same thing. Okay, mu naught by 4 pi, this is qm, this I have taken as 1, so qm by the distance here also it is r dash, so r dash square. Okay, clear? So what is the next point? We have calculated force of repulsion and force of attraction. Then what's the next point? Yes, we have to calculate the net force at this point C. That we are going to calculate it now. So the next point is net force at the point C. Net force means the total force, that is attractive, repulsive force and attractive force. Okay, so that net force is the magnetic field at that point. அப்படிதான் அந்த எவ்வளவு net force இருக்குதோ அதுதான் அந்த இடத்துல உள்ள magnetic field. So that I have written the net force is equal to magnetic field. So I can replace this by F vector is equal to B vector, that means nothing but Fn plus Fs. Already we have calculated, according to geometry we have calculated the Fn and Fs like this, right? So I have written all those values. ஏற்கனவே கண்டுபிடிச்சோம் இல்லையா, அது அப்படியே எழுதி இருக்கோம். So what is which are the terms here? It is cancelling out. Yes, these two terms get cancel out. So I can write it as minus Fn plus Fs cos theta I cap. Clear? So the magnetic field is minus Fn plus Fs cos theta I cap. Okay. So what is Fn? Fn and Fs are same here, right? Mu naught by 4 pi qm into r dash square. So instead of this, I can write it as these two will be same, right? So I can write it as 2Fn or something. Okay. I can write simply as Fn plus Fs. So what is this Fn plus Fs? Fn, you know that mu naught by 4 pi qm by r dash square. Fs also the same thing. When we add both these things, we will get minus 2 mu naught qm by 4 pi r dash square into cos theta I cap. Okay. Now my job is to, this is the main thing. Okay. Hereafter we are going to simply simple calculations, that is simplifications. Okay. What is r dash? What is cos theta? That you want to find out. Okay. Let us find out what are you. Okay. Let us find out what is cos theta. Okay. So what is cos theta? You please see this figure and write what is cos theta from this. Okay. What is cos theta? Cos theta is nothing but adjacent side by hypotenuse. This is adjacent. This is hypotenuse. That is L by r dash. Before that, we have to find out what is this r dash. What is r dash? If according to that is Pythagoras theorem, we know that this square is equal to this square plus this square. Okay. So I can write r dash square is equal to r square plus L square, or r dash is equal to r square plus L square, the whole power 1 by 2. That is root of r square plus L square. So I can write it r square plus L square, the whole power 1 by 2. Okay. Now I got the value of r dash. So I can substitute it here. That is L divided by r square plus L square, the whole power 1 by 2. Now I got the value of cos theta and r dash. Okay. So we can substitute it here. Substitute over here. So we can write it as B vector is equal to minus 2 mu naught qm by 4 pi. Instead of r dash, I can write it as r square plus L square, the whole square. Sorry, whole power 1 by 2. Instead of cos theta, I can write it as, okay. So instead of cos theta, I can write this is, yes. Instead of cos theta, L divided by into L divided by r square plus L square, the whole power 1 by 2. Okay. Here this is 4 pi by r dash square. What is r dash square? This is simply r square plus L square. Here there is no 1 by 2 will be coming. Okay. புரியுதா? r dash square na r square plus L square தான். r dash தான் r square plus L square, the whole power 1 by 2. So instead of here I am substituting this. So I can simplify this, minus 2 mu naught qm by 4 pi. This is power 1, this is power 1 by 2. Okay, a power m into a power n is equal to a power m plus n, right? So add these two, we will get r square plus L square, the 1 plus 1 by 2, it is 3 by 2 into n. Okay, clear? So this is the magnetic field. Hereafter we are considering some special cases. Okay, so this is the magnetic field when we place the unit north pole at the equatorial line of a bar magnet. So the condition is if the distance between the center of the magnet and the point C, okay, ஒரு distance எடுத்தோம் இல்லையா, more magnetic center இருக்கும், இந்த point C, இந்த distance விட ரொம்ப ஜாஸ்தியா இருந்துச்சுன்னா, okay, if this distance is very much greater than this distance, we can neglect this L, okay, we can neglect L, okay. So in the next step we are neglecting this term, okay, so L will be cancelled out. 4 pi r square the whole power 3 by 2. So 2 and 2 get cancelled. So we can write it as 4 pi r cube. Okay. The next important thing is we know that the magnetic dipole moment Pm is equal to 2 qml, right? So instead of 2 qml I have written as Pm. That is magnetic dipole moment. Okay. So I have missed this I cap over here. Please note it down. I cap we have to write it. So in the next step Pm into I cap it becomes P vector. Okay. So I can write it as Pm vector. So mu naught Pm vector by 4 pi r cube. So this is the magnetic field. Finally this is the magnetic field at the equatorial line of the Bohr magnet when the distance r is much greater than L. Okay. So in case of axial what you have calculated, this is nothing but 2 mu naught Pm cap by 4 pi r2, right? This is for axial line, this is for equatorial plane. Okay, so equatorial line. So what is the difference between both? What is the relation between axial and equatorial? So for axial, that is magnetic field at axial line. Okay, at axial line, that means B axial is what is the relation? இதை விட இது 2 மடங்கு இருக்கு இல்லையா? So the relation is that is equal to, okay, the relation between axial and equatorial is, this is equal to twice of the magnetic field of the equatorial line. Equatorial line la இருக்கிறத விட 2 மடங்கு ஜாஸ்தியா இருக்கு. Okay, twice. Similarly, they are opposite in direction. Okay, direction பாத்தீங்கன்னா they are opposite in direction. Okay, one is plus, for equatorial it is minus, for axial it is plus. இதுல இருந்து என்ன தெரியுது, ரெண்டோட direction வந்து opposite இருக்கு, but அதோட values பாத்தீங்கன்னா axial வந்து equatorial விட twice இருக்கு. Okay, that is the final conclusion, that is the relation between axial and equatorial. Clear? So this is all about the magnetic field due to the dipole. Okay, two cases, axial and equatorial. The only thing you have to do is first find out the repulsive force, then attractive force, then add both these forces, that is the net force at that point C. Then finally what you have to do means you have to just do some simplifications. Okay, that is the magnetic field at that point. Finally this point also you have to keep it in mind. If the R is much greater than L, neglect it and find out the answer. And I hope that you are clear about all the that means the two topics, and these are the very important 5-mark questions. Okay, so understand it and write it 2 or 3 times. Okay, write it and study for 2 or 3 times and learn it. Thank you for watching.